Hello, in my new video. Today we're gonna take a look at the best team from Pvpokes. Pvpokes made their list now as well for the top teams. You're gonna see it here most likely on the screen anyway. And yeah, we're gonna take a look here at the best team for it. We're going to have the Clodsire and Elite buffed Pokemon. We're going to have the Sesop of Gastrodon buffed Pokemon. In the back, we're going to have the Jumpluff buffed Pokemon. So we're going to have a triple buff team here, and we're battling up against the Nidoqueen, a Pokemon that actually got a little bit of a buff without getting a buff this season, which is kind of interesting. Kind of Pokemon I want to take a look at eventually as well, but not right now. But this Pokemon is going to struggle a bit with the pacing here of Clodsire. While it was able to CMP tie on the first move, it was not able to do that on the second move, and so we are going to take this 2-shield advantage here into the next matchup, as they are going to be able to even hit another Stone Edge. I wouldn't have been able to get to another Earth Power or like Earthquake there, but it's going to be fine. As they're going to use a shield here against the opponent's Earth Power onto our Gaston, fully farm them down. Now we can see what they have in the back, and they have basically perfect Pokemon for the Jumpluff, and we can move on to the next opponent. We have a slight change here on the team, by the way, compared to what Pvpokes suggests, which is the Shadow Jumpluff or the normal Jumpluff. I have a normal Jumpluff build, but it has pretty bad PvP IVs because it was like one of the earliest Pokemon that I actually built. And so I'd rather went for the top PvP IV Shadow variant here compared to the normal variant. Again, you can change both of them are fine, but I didn't really see the point of me building another Jumpluff just for this team here. Maybe in the future I will build another normal Jumpluff, depending on which is better in certain metas. There are definitely some matchups that are a bit different, but yeah, definitely going to be a Pokemon that can benefit from the Shadow bonus, but also has a bit of a different matchups with the non-Shadow bonus. We're going to encounter here the Poliwrath, which is quite interesting, as we decided to go for an Ariados. Maybe actually one Energy Ball would have been enough to knock them out, even after the Icy Wind. I'm not too sure about it, but I just went for the safe play where I know I will be able to knock them out before they can knock me out, and I can even overfarm by a bit as well here, which is going to be great. Of course, it takes a lot longer now to get to the Icy Wind, as counter is generating 1 less energy per usage, and that is quite impactful for the pacing of the opponent. I tried to swap out of here, try to go for a Stone Hedge with my Clodsire, but I can at least still do it now. Now we have to see what they're going to have in the back, and if we can still win against the opponent. It's going to be a Raichi Steel, and this is going to be a good game. And yeah, we're going to have 2 sets here, the 2 sets total, and you saw already one of the sets was a 5-0 based on the title, and that was actually quite nice. So this was actually the first set here that I were playing, but this was not the 5-0 set, but we're going to see all the other battles now anyway. Clodsire against Dewgong. This is the main issue that I have with this team, and why, yeah, maybe Dewgong is going to be one of the top Pokemon upcoming for the next few weeks as well. I feel like Dewgong is going to have a lot of potential for the current meta, being able to break apart the Clodsire Jumpluff core, which we are playing here right now. And so I feel like Dewgong is going to be a very difficult Pokemon to deal with for this team. While it is okay in the lead here, as you're going to see as well, we're going to be able to knock them out. We're going to have another Pokemon that I have no idea why I struggle so much with. I don't know why this Pokemon is so good against me. Like, Lokix is always a pain for me to deal with, and now they're going to have a Moltres in the back where I cannot really swap out either, because, like, what is my Gastrodon supposed to do there? And so maybe if my decision making would be a bit better here, maybe I should have tried to catch a move or something like this on my Gastrodon. I definitely would have had a bit of a better chance here, but honestly, I was kind of stuck in this matchup. I was not really knowing what I was supposed to do. I mean, Jumpluff for both of the Pokemon from the opponent, but also Jumpluff is very weak to this Pokemon here. But not only this, they also played perfectly by going for the Ancient Power on the CMP tie. So well played by the opponent so far here, especially if they can let the move go through. They know, okay, yeah, Lokix has quite a decent play here, and I guess my only hope now is to try to catch a move or something like this. I'm not too sure. I'm going to try to swap out of here. They're going to go ahead and, yeah, they're going to be able to go for a charge move, and it's going to be a double super effective Trailblaze, and as the opponent does a ton of damage, it's going to knock us out as well, and there's nothing I can do. And Lokix, honestly, currently my biggest nemesis this season for whatever reason. Next opponent, we're going to have a horrible lead again here. We're going to have the Swampert in the lead. That is going to be a core breaker. We're forced to swap out straight away into our Gaston as I swap out and catch the move onto the Manabus here. And of course, it's going to be a very bad matchup for us. Like, there's no real doubt about this one. It's definitely going to be a very difficult matchup for us to still win, but we can still try to go ahead and go for our Body Slam. This is going to be kind of fine here, as we are gonna see the opponent trying their best with our Dark Pulse. We're not going to be able to win this matchup. I am still a big fan of going for the Water Pulse on Gastron over the Earth Power, especially for like matchups like this. So yeah, definitely something that I maybe would recommend you to change as well here. But what we do as well is we're gonna swap out now into the Clodsire. This is gonna allow us as well to go for a Stone Edge hopefully here. Dark Pulse is coming through. We're gonna try our best to overfarm by a bit as well still, while the opponent doesn't swap out, which is good because our Pokemon in the back is going to be quite a difficult one. We're gonna see here as well that we are gonna be able to now hopefully go for another charge move, or we're gonna try to catch a move here from the Swampert, but they have a hard answer in the back with the Lickilicky. Rollout damage is just quite a bit. Like, rollout damage is quite a bit more than I would really like. Like, this is definitely going to make this matchup way worse for us. We get the energy ball onto them, which is gonna allow us to maybe even force some shields here, but rollout damage is just adding up. Like, we can shield up anything here, of course, but like the rollout damage is just already putting us close to half of our health, and it's not even stab, and like, yeah, definitely rollout is going to be quite a decent move to go for. It's definitely on my list as well still is the Alolan Golem, as this Pokemon is the only one that has Stab rollout. I really hope that rollout is going to get added to some more Rock-type Pokemon, because I feel like Rock-type Pokemon are not really that common right now. And so here, sadly, we are not really going to be in a great spot. We're going to still try our best, but as we're going to see, the opponent can go ahead, go for Hydro Cannon, and another one will knock us out, and we have we're forced to try to fully farm them down here, which of course didn't work out. So it's going to be a very good game here by there. Next opponent coming through, let's see what they're going to have. We're going to have here the Azumarill on the lead, which is going to be okay for us. We could decide to swap out eventually here. Now, you most should decide to swap out eventually as well. But it is what it is. We're going to still try our best here. We're going to see the Earthquake coming through. This is going to do quite some decent damage. Going to be able to two-shot them? Maybe. Let's find out. We're going to get another Earthquake off against the opponent, doing some solid damage. But luckily, Earthquake got nerfed recently, by the way. I was saying that Earthquake nerf is something that they could revert again. Nowadays, not anymore. After changing the Poison Sting damage there on the Clodsire, because Clodsire, honestly, such a strong Pokemon. And I feel like Clodsire was kind of similar in terms of the strength of it already before. Just people were just kind of, I don't know, afraid to use it or something, because like it didn't actually change that much. Like, it's just a tiny bit more damage for a worse fast move in terms of the type coverage. So I feel like Clodsire was actually nearly as strong already before, but people just overlooked it a bit. But yeah, anyway, we're going to see again my nemesis here, Dewgong. Again, as said before already, Dewgong is very tough for this team to deal with. Here they make a great catch on the Azumarill. This is going to change basically everything for them. Like, this is going to make everything way easier for them, because now, oh look, we have a Dewgong against our Jumpluff. We're still going to be forced to go for the Energy Ball in order to knock them out. But they have a ton of energy now, and that is going to allow them to go for the Icy Wind beforehand. And so again, Dewgong is a bit of a tricky Pokemon to deal with for this team. We actually still survive the move, which I did not expect at all. But Energy Ball gonna come through, gonna be able to get the knockout. Now it's a Clodsire in the back. If I can reach maybe an Earthquake and still a Body Slam, I might be fine. But we have the rank 1 Clodsire here on our team, which is not ideal, to be fair, because we lose CMP tie all the time. But yeah, we're gonna sadly lose this battle here, and we can move on to the next opponent. Basically the best possible lead I could imagine, and they're swapping out into a Jumpluff, running their wrong fast move. I don't know what they're doing here. I don't know why they're going for Bullet Seed. Bullet Seed is a way worse than Fairy Wind. To be fair, Fairy Wind is going to give you a way better coverage. Also, you see here already, I went for one fast move and the opponent gets 2 through. Honestly, the lag right now in the game is just ridiculous. I don't like it. I don't want it. But Niantic just keeps giving us some nice lag. But we can go ahead and go for a nice Stone Edge here. We guarantee align ourselves here because we have double super effective damage here. We're going to have damage from our fast move, which is super effective, and our charge move, which is lovely. We might have to use a shield here, which is totally okay, but a Stone Edge should be enough to align ourselves. And again, we have Gastron in the back, so the Bastiodon has nowhere to go. And we're gonna see here as well, we can still go ahead and go for an Earthquake against them, because I decided to swap out into this Pokemon here, meaning they're very likely going to be very weak against Clodsire in the back. And if you have a Bastiodon, you either have like a Charmer or like another Razor Leaf on the back. And so let's see what's going to be. Stone Edge coming through, we can go into our Gastron. It's going to be a Charmer with the Ninetales. And honestly, at this point, we win this battle. We have a shield advantage. We can go for an Earth Power. Earth Power should be enough to knock them out. And yeah, this is game. Like, there is literally nothing the opponent can do. And we can move on to the next opponent. Well, let's see what they're going to run. We're going to have a great lead here again on Charger Bug as they swap out into the Guzzlord. We do double super effective damage here with our fast move. Of course, it's not stab, but still going to chunk quite a bit here. And you see me use a shield here, because usually the new moveset for this Pokemon is the move of, what's called Sludge Bomb. And Sludge Bomb is definitely something that would be quite a bit scary for the Jumpluff, and so that's why I decided to use a shield. But let's find out what we can do here. We can try to go for the full farm now against the opponent. They decide to go for another charge move. It's going to be another crunch. And we can get the defense drop, which is fine. We can go for the full farm down and we can swap out, keeping the energy for the Gastrodon later on. I think the opponent has a bit of lag, which literally doesn't really matter here as well, because this game at this point of time, I think, is already over. We have a great answer still against Gastrodon. We're gonna see them here going for a charge move. It is going to be the Body Slam, spoiler alert. But so, like, we're gonna be able to just go for the Earthquake anyway, and there's nothing the opponent can do here to win this battle anymore. We're gonna be definitely in a very solid spot now. And Charge Bug has still 2 ground types to get through, and I don't think this is going to work out for them at all. And so we're gonna let the move go through. It's going to be the Exeter. We can still resist this and survive it. And so we're gonna be able to go for a Stone Edge, force the shield, swap out, and win the battle. Or the opponent just going to let the move go through anyway here, apparently. And we can just go for the full farm as they decide to forfeit the battle. And so we can move on to the next opponent. Next matchup, we're going to have the Clodsire against the Clodsire. That is going to be quite an interesting one. You know what's also quite an interesting one? And I was in very good like elo range, and so I'm kind of confused about this kind of play. They just go straight for the Sludge Bomb. Like, yeah, have fun going for the double resisted move here for no reason at all. Like, I have no idea what they tried to do there. But I will take it. I will be able to just go for my own charge move as well and see what they want to do next, as we are gonna go ahead, let the move go through. It's going to be another Earthquake, and we can definitely align ourselves here, which we usually would not be able to do because we have a rank 1 variant here, which is kind of funny because I counted with my Go++ just randomly in Ireland. So that was kind of a fun one, but we're gonna see the opponent swapping out here into the Dunsparce. That's usually a very solid matchup until they go for the Drill Run, and so I decided to go for an Earthquake. I decided to swap out now as well, get some damage onto them, and might even go for the full farm now against the opponent, as we're gonna be able to get those Mud Slaps in for free, as they have a 3-turn fast move, we have a 3-turn fast move, and that's quite nice. That's definitely quite a nice one for us. Drill Run coming through, we're gonna go for the full farm down here, and we're gonna be able to get that knockout against the opponent. As they're gonna reveal their Clodsire in the back, we can go ahead and go for another Earth Power, get that knockout, and in comes the Feraligatr, knowing now at this point as well we win this battle, as we can go for the Earth Power, get the shield, swap out, get even the defense drop, which doesn't matter at all, because a one charge move from our Jumpluff is going to be enough to take it down. That Feraligatr, they still try their best with that Ice Beam, but it will not help them, as now that Energy Ball is gonna connect and knock them out. I'm fairly certain, actually, I think we would have been able to survive that move anyway. But yeah, next opponent, we're going to have a great lead for us. We're going to see also the swap out again into the Dewgong, which is a pain. Like, a Dewgong, honestly, for me so far, one of the best meta breakers for the Open Great League. Definitely a strong one, for sure. But anyway, we're going to see here as well that we're going to be able to take a hit. We are going to go for another charge move and try to force a shield from the opponent, because afterwards we are going to be able to go to our Gastrodon, get some energy, and we're very likely going to see the swap out soon into the opponent's Ariados again, as Ariados is carrying the move of Trailblaze. Trailblaze they're going to get to quite fast now as well, and it's definitely worth it for me to use a shield here. What I kind of want to do though, is I kind of want to go ahead and go for the Body Slam spam, just to also get the time a little bit further down there. 2 Body Slams should be enough to allow us to swap out again, and so that's exactly what we're going to do here. As the opponent is going to be still locked kind of matched up, we can swap out now into the Clodsire, force them to go for another Trailblaze. It should most likely be enough to knock us out already, but I think they don't have enough energy then to go for another move against our Gastrodon, and that's exactly the play that we go for. Fully farm them down, and now it's down to what they have in the back. They're gonna go back into the Dewgong, allowing us to go for a Body Slam. That is great, so they're very likely weak to us in the back. So let's see what it's going to be. We can go for the full farm down here. It is going to be the Greninja. That is not really weak to us, but I will definitely take it, as we can go for our Body Slam, force that final shield from them. I can just wait until they go for the charge move, because I could even put them into range for an Aerial Ace with that one. But they're gonna go for the Night Flash, and they're gonna get the boost immediately, making it a bit more closer here. But what we see as well, unless they're going to have like Aerial Ace or something, not even this, I don't think would really help them. There's no way that we're going to lose this battle, because they can even take 2 Night Slashes here, which is kind of mad, and 1 Energy Ball would be enough, but they decide to forfeit. Next opponent, we're going to have Lickilicky against us. This is going to be a very good lead for us. Unlike Dunsparce, we usually don't see ground type coverage on this Pokemon. While it learns Earthquake, Earthquake is not really recommended on this one, as Earthquake is not really the greatest move anymore. Got nerfed again for like the damage output there. I think it was on 120 damage before, now it's like 110, and now it's just better to go for the Shadow Ball. And also, otherwise you have Solar Beam on it, which is a cool nuke move as well. But here we are seeing more body slams coming through from the opponent. We can try our best to go for another charge move, and we're just gonna get rid of him because this is going to be one of the harder answers to our Jumpluff. And here I went for the Earthquake in order to knock them out straight away. But we can take another Body Slam, fully farm them down, and see what they have in the back. It's going to be the Azumarill. And you might think, why is he not swapping out of here? He has a Grass type in the back. He has a Ground type in the back that is not weak to Water type damage. But I feel like alignment is kinda key, and I kinda want to get some damage onto this Azumarill already. And I don't want to go into my Jumpluff here right now, because Germnaa has access to the move Ice Beam. I'm a bit scared of this Pokemon, and so I'd rather decide to go ahead and go into my Gastrodon, use a shield on the Hydro Pump, which was a smart play, and they're going to have in the back the Moltres. I decide to let this move go through. This should be an Ancient Power, and this should be able to survive it, even though it's super effective. And it is very scary though. If they're gonna get the boost, it's going to be game over. This Pokemon boosted, especially with the shield advantage that they had, is going to be deadly against us, but we can go for another Aerial Ace here, trying to get the last shield, which we are going to be able to do. And now it depends on if I want to use a shield here or not. I decide to use a shield here to try to go for another Aerial Ace, which he should outspeed the opponent with, but they swap out into the Azumarill, giving us more farm on our Gastrodon, and now we are gonna have those Body Slams that we can spam. And here's the thing, I can go for a free extra fast move. They're forced to go for a Brave Bird here. Brave Bird is the only way of knocking us out, and so they would drop their own attack, defense with that one, and they don't really want to do this, and they can redo this, and we can win this final battle. This is going to be a nice 5-0 with this team here. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Again, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Check out the videos on the screen, and I'll see you later. Also, for the top teams for the Ultra League.